Wait, can you go down to VHS Revolution? Is that a VHS movie or is that like something completely unrelated? Okay, it's a documentary about VHSs. Less interested. I thought it was maybe another VHS horror movie that I have not seen.
I don't know if I've really seen any of those.
They're they're fine. They're a mixed bag. But if you like horror anthologies, which I really do, because they're short and like you get a little bit of something different.
And you can watch like one bite of it and then stop watching it.
Yeah.
So it's easy to watch.
And just like a lot of horror movies are just like, it's like cool idea, but then you stretch it out to 80 minutes and it's like, just show me the zombie. Like, what are we still doing? Like, you're just building some backstory. Like,
I think I remember liking like 28 Days Later.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that was one of those like zombie stuff, but it was mostly people for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one.
I don't remember. I've seen one of those. I've seen the one where they're in the mall. That was fun.
That's like Night of the Dead, Living Dead.
Oh, you're right.
It's one of those.
It might not be a 28. It's
not 28.
It's a Dawn of the Dead or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first 28 Days Later is you see Cillian Murphy's dick just right away.
So that's how the movie opens.
Pretty much, it opens on his dick. Just
great.
Pretty bold, you know.
I mean, you got to give the people what they want.
That dude one day become Batman's villain.
That's how they knew he was right for the role.
Can you wear a hood? Can you show me your dick?
Yeah, you got to have a real mean dick.
Real mean dick.
It's got to fit our version of Gotham.
Rawr.
Everyone's got mean dicks.
There's a lot of weird dicks going on in Gotham.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan has opinions about dicks.
I was gonna roll like right into the podcast and be like, "Hey, it's us," and then we just started talking about Gotham's dicks.
I'm gonna go into incognito mode and look up Cillian Murphy's dick.
Okay, now I have to roll into the podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last. My name is Josh, and with me this week is Joe.
Hey, man.
That's it.
That's it. End of story.
That's it. Deal with it. Jimmy's sick or something, potentially. He's trying to be a good boy and not get us sick. He did, however, text us predictions for the finale.
Oh, I didn't read that text.
I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't see that. That's funny, though.
So this will be funny based on now what show we're watching today.
Okay, yeah. That's good.
Did you... I'm keeping it all in, Joe. Did you just look up Cillian Murphy's dick?
Hey, I looked up Cillian Murphy full frontal, incognito, Google image search.
Well, don't you search? You search everything on Google incognito, pretty much, don't you?
Unless, here's the thing. I understand that incognito searching and browsing, that like
Google still learns from you.
Yes, they're still they know they know it's me.
Yeah.
But the difference is that
Claire doesn't know that
Claire
you searched.
will know. No, it's the only real difference is that they won't advertise stuff for you from incognito.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I will search for stuff a lot of times for First and Last, like looking up stuff about Reba. Like I don't want them to like suggest for me like stuff about Reba or like anything related to country music. So I'll do that in incognito. But for stuff like looking up local restaurants or something, like I do that full on Google because I want them to like know what I'm looking for and maybe potentially suggest stuff for me, because I'm part of that ecosystem and they have me as a product.
Yeah, they sure do.
They're listening to me right now.
They sure do. So listeners, really quick, the reason depending on how much of that first part I put in, the reason why we were looking up Cillian Murphy's Day is that we were talking about, me and Joe are already forward thinking to Spooky Month, which is fast approaching, and talking about various horror movies and various shorts, because Joe saw a VHS thing and he was thinking about watching those because there's, how many VHS horror movie things are there?
I think there's 1, 2, and Viral. I think there's 3 of them total.
Okay, and have you seen them all?
I've seen 1 and 2. I don't think I've seen Viral.
You haven't gone viral yet?
Yeah, they haven't gone viral yet. Not ready to make the jump. But if you haven't seen, I know that you're aware of them, but like,
I'm aware. I haven't watched them. Yeah.
Yeah. If the listeners haven't seen the VHS movies, they're horror anthologies. So it's like a 90-minute movie, but there's like little 20-minute vignettes. But they're all found footage. That's why it's VHS, because all of these movies were supposedly like, you know, someone filming their vacation, and then like they have this videotape. It's like Blair Witch, essentially.
Okay, but they're all different stories.
Yeah, they're all different stories.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when you told me what they were, just because I know how you're like, I watched this movie over the course of 5 days.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And so
this is how I watch movies.
Then you can watch a movie over the course of 5 days, but you actually get the little stories.
Story.
It's like you're just reading the short stories of like an author in like the novel form, where you can just read a little bit and then put it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever. Yeah, I think I want to commit this month, the spooky month. That is, has it come out? I think this is like the week after this episode comes out is when spooky month starts.
Yeah.
Listeners, we had to figure it out. First and Lasties is obviously supposed to be the next episode, but we're thinking we're either going to postpone First and Lasties for like a week or couple, or we're going to do First and Lasties, and then we're going to just do 4 weeks of spooky month, even though it'll bleed in to November.
Yeah, get a little early spooky. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're still working out the reason we're pushing the First and Lasties, because we're still working out the contract details with our host.
Yeah.
We won't say who he is, but I'll call him C Rock for short. Or Chris R.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out who's slapping who, and then once we get that settled,
once we get the slap in play, then we'll figure it out. Also, we're so far away from each other.
It's fine. I can hear you.
I know. I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. Well, I can hear you like this too, because I have the headphones on.
This is gonna be the best sounding podcast episode, just because there'll be like minimal bleed between microphones.
Yeah.
Or not any difference at all.
We're recording in the normal podcast basement studio, but it's, I don't know how big this room is, but you know what? It's probably 25 feet.
Sure.
And if it
this way.
Yeah, the way we're facing each other, and we're probably 20 feet away from each other.
Yeah. Well, probably the weirder part of that is like we're sitting across from each other, and nobody's sitting in the couch that's like facing the TV.
Yeah. We're sitting perpendicular to the TV basically, and then the couch that faces it where we would watch it, no one's at.
Yeah. Just some blankets.
Just blankets. There's not even a cat. Oh, there's a cat.
Oh yeah. Look at you.
Yeah. She's just very quiet and just sits there. So we do have one cat. There's a living creature on the couch.
Yeah.
So we're good. But listeners, at FNL Podcast on the Gmail or on the Twitter, if you have a spooky show or whatnot that you would like us to watch, because I'm excited for Spooky Month.
Always.
I really want to watch. I want to watch a spooky thing every day in October.
That sounds like a good resolution.
I feel like I never do that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I should just do it this month,
Mm-hmm.
especially because it's cooling down now. It's supposed to be actually kind of warm the first couple days in October, though.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Ease
too.
into it.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah. You did this to us. You made Spooky Month warm. Yeah. So stay tuned to see what happens next week. Maybe we get a little early spook.
Yeah, we'll see. You can let us know what you want. They're gonna be like, don't ever do First and Lasties again.
Yeah. If it's an early scare, maybe we call it like the jump scare.
Hey, got him.
Got him.
Got somebody with that lame thing. Joe, what's first and last? Just in case someone went season 10, episode 25. Well, I'm
Holy
in.
Shit. Season 10. TV pod, only watching first and last episodes of the show. So we review an entire TV show, but from the standpoint of only having seen the first episode and last episode. So it's typically shows we haven't seen. We'll watch the first episode, talk about what we've seen, what we expect, or what we wish for the rest of the show. And then we go ahead and watch the finale, see how well we did on predictions, and then kind of wrap it up with some, what we've learned about ourselves and thoughts to carry forward. Maybe a lesson.
I hope we learn a life lesson tonight.
Yeah. Remember at the end of, like, you ever watch Jerry Springer as a kid?
You know, it was so funny. Funny you say that is, I mean, yes,
Yeah.
a little bit, but like, it was never like, I didn't even think it was like a taboo thing that I couldn't watch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I thought I wasn't probably allowed to watch it,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't have any interest in watching it.
Sure.
But it was always on before like Hercules and Xena.
Yeah.
So I would see some. I would turn like WB on. And I'd be like, ugh,
Yeah.
this Jerry Springer fool's on still.
So what you would see is, like, in the last 5 minutes of the Springer show, like, he'd be like, I forget what the segment it was called. It was like Jerry's Thoughts or something, or like Final Word with Jerry, where it's like they'll have like, 20 minutes of nonsense Jerry Springer show stuff. And then in the last 5 minutes, he'll like just do this monologue about like trying to be a better person and like treating people with respect.
Yeah, which is like, he doesn't want that.
Yeah.
Should we? I know we have a show planned, but
Yeah.
should we scrap it and just try to find Jerry Springer?
Maybe. That's a good show idea.
Wow. I've never thought about that, but now we probably need a first and last Jerry Springer.
Man.
That's insane. All right.
That show probably changed a lot from the first to the last.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when was it on? I gotta figure this out now. I had the whole show that we were gonna do like lined up, and we're not doing Jerry Springer tonight. But
I'm not prepared. My body isn't ready.
No,
for it.
right. 19. No, wait, no, that's a different. Wait, what? I'm so confused.
Is it like coming back or something?
It was like back, or it was never went away. So it was on September 30th. Maybe not. September 30th, 1991,
Mm-hmm.
which seems right.
Yeah.
And then it says to July 26th, 2018.
Nah. That's got to be some sort of reboot, right?
There's no way. Seasons 91, 97, 1 through 6, 97, 98, 6 through 7, 2002, 2002 to 4, 2004. They're all there. Like, all the years are accounted for. 91 to 2018 are all accounted for in years.
Like what? Like, was it on YouTube later or something?
NBC, Universal. I don't know.
That's crazy. I just remember he was I remember a lot of things about Jerry Springer, but one of the other like weird later Springer things is that he was like a fixture at like Chicago Bulls basketball games.
Like he just went all the time?
Yeah, like even after they were, after the Jordan years and they were bad, because like that's when I was attending games.
Yeah.
Like whenever they would do like fan cam, it'd be like the random fan, and then Jerry Springer. He's just like always there.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any way we can. Yeah, Jerry Springer 20. They all say. Also, by the way, after that, 2019 currently to 2022, there's a show called Judge Jerry.
Oh boy.
He became a judge.
Judge Jerry and Executioner.
Oh man, does he still got that big bouncer guy in Judge Jerry? He's the bailiff.
That guy, he got his name. He had his own show. What was his name?
Oh, I don't know. I went back to the show we're gonna do
Okay.
today in Wikipedia. So
Steve Wilkos. He got his own show. Not important.
I'm sure that went well. Did you tell people what this podcast is about?
Yeah,
You
we did that.
Okay,
We did that.
we went on such a Jerry Springer roller coaster that I immediately forgot.
Just rearranged your brain.
Wow.
First and last, TV show thing. You got it.
Yeah, you got it. So this week, for the last episode, oh man, of season 10, we're gonna do a little TV show called Revolution.
Doom boom.
Exactly. That's the noise of the electricity turning off.
Yeah, forever.
Have you seen any of this show?
I remember. No, I've not seen the show, but I just remember ads for it in college. I feel like when I was watching The Office or something, there would be ads for, oh man, like it's post-apocalyptic. One day the power just turned off.
Yep.
And it's like, someone to just have to go plug it back in? Or like,
Yeah, didn't you just go plugged it back in?
yeah, someone try to turn the server off and then on again? Did someone trip over the cord for the world's power?
Oh god, the world's power. Oh, it's unplugged. Yeah, I mean, when I think about it, I'm like, I've probably seen some episodes of this show,
Mm-hmm.
but this show was on 2012 to 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking 10 years ago. It originally aired
Yeah.
and was over 8 years ago. So anything I've seen of this show, I don't remember for sure.
Yeah.
But fun things are created by somebody, a little person named Eric Kripke.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Don't know. But also,
Theme music composer J.J. Abrams, according to Wikipedia.
I guess I buy it. But yeah, I thought I saw him on the credits as like a credited
It's one of
producer
those.
or something.
Yeah, he's like credited as like producer J.J. Abrams.
Mhm.
So did he have? So it was a show that J.J. Abrams was like, I'm a big enough name already from Heroes or something like that, and other stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
Felicity. I don't know, but like, he's like, yeah, put my name on it, because I feel like that's all that is.
Yeah. I mean, he puts a little money in, he gets a check, if it's successful.
Well, it only went for 2 seasons,
Yeah. Wah.
and I think it was pretty much Netflix. Was it on TV?
I think it was an NBC show.
It was an NBC show.
Because that's the only reason I like know of like these types of shows is this like I saw ads for it while trying to watch 30 Rock.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 seasons, 42 episodes. J.J. Abrams' stamp of initial approval, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to read this a little bit. The show takes place in the near future of the year 2027.
Oh, it's still in the future.
So it's still future.
Okay.
And the one thing we know about it is it's 15 years after the start of a worldwide permanent electrical power blackout in 2012.
Okay.
So the show takes place in 2027, but the electrical blackout happened in 2012.
I'm interested in how we get to this point where there's an electrical blackout, worldwide electrical blackout.
I think we will never know.
Really?
Yeah. I think this is some like,
That's going to be a big hang up for me if they don't like explain it right off the top.
I don't think they will, man.
Oh my God.
There's no way that we know about it in the first episode.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest lost question. Like, what's the smoke monster? Like,
Sure.
Well, because we saw the thumbnail and like one of the ladies that was in Lost is in this show. And I just watched all of Lost, so I'm
Mhm.
all about people in Lost.
Sure.
That's why we watched Person of Interest 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
This is not why we're watching this show. This show just randomly came to me, but
Yeah.
I forgot she was in it. But
I mean, it's just going to bother me because like there's just, okay, let's say the power grid goes down, right? That would be devastating. But like we got batteries and stuff. We got solar power. We got wind power. Like there wouldn't be just no more electricity, which I feel like the concept of this is like there's no more electricity.
like somehow electricity like can't be generated or stored or something like that, right?
Uh-huh.
Because like if electricity's gone, like batteries don't work anymore.
That's what I'm saying is like I get the vibe from this that like they're just, you cannot have any more power, because then like the societies would just like rebuild the grid. Like, we would
Right.
just figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I need to do it before the power goes out, but
Mhm.
like, I think we're all smart enough and potentially even have enough resources at our
Mhm.
fingertips to go like, I can learn how to like make a big battery,
Yeah.
some sort of, or a little battery, at least to like power lights sometimes or something
Mhm.
like that, and then have a hand crank or a bicycle or something
Yeah.
to like make power.
Exactly.
Like, worst case scenario.
I mean, there are, there's a lot of post-apocalyptic fiction where the power does go out eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's more because, most of the world's population was wiped out by either some sort of natural disaster or zombies or something that it's
Right.
like, we don't have time to fucking deal with keeping the power grid up anymore.
But even something like that, isn't it like, like it's the big flu or something killed
Yeah.
everybody, or like the zombies came, or like something happened.
Mhm.
But the power grid's like, it's been 20 years and there's still power places because
Mhm.
like the power grid just stays on.
yeah.
It still gathers its power,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like in like Last of Us, like there isn't really, I mean, like they still have like society's completely changed, but they have like DVD players. They could still like play like old PlayStation games and stuff like that. They still have power.
Yeah, they still have things like that, and then they make new cities
Mm-hmm.
of like survivors and people, and then within those walls, they figure out how to like legitimately power their city.
Yeah,
Like they still do it.
there's like specifically a part where like they end up upon a city that they're trying to figure out how to like turn the dam back on and like set it back up, and
Yeah.
then that little town has power. So
Exactly.
it's like stuff like that. So, and I feel like this Revolution show is different in that it's like no, there's no more power, and I'm just like,
it doesn't
but
work.
how though?
Yeah, what it is, they're like, yeah, it's not like a world plug. It's like someone created a thing,
My guess is that there was some sort of attack, whether
like an alien
it
scenario.
could be aliens or something, where it's like it was some sort of super powered EMP, like electromagnetic pulse that like literally killed everything electronic.
But even if an EMP like went through an area, you could just bring a new thing that could do power now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it wouldn't be affected by the EMP currently.
Yeah. So it'd have to be like some sort of super EMP that like maybe it like wiped out the Earth's magnetic fields, and that fucks with power, and now there's no more power. Even if there's even like a hand wavy sci-fi explanation like that would satisfy
you
me.
just Jedi mind trick me? Is that what you just did?
If they're just like, listen,
just-
there's no power because the aliens did it. I'm like, okay, I'm in. But if they're just like, yeah, one day the power just went out and now we don't have power, I'm like, no, you would figure out how to turn it on.
You would think.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, man, we're not going to figure this out in the
Oh,
first episode.
that's-
Get ready
oh
to
boy.
be infuriated.
Yeah, welcome to the very first episode of the first.
Well, welcome to Joe's Pissed, the
We
podcast.
just watch one episode and then we watch we switch over to Jerry
And
Springer.
and then we watch the first episode of Revolution, and then we watch the last episode of Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
2018. That's crazy.
I do not believe that. I think you Googled wrong.
I didn't, dude. I'm telling you. All right. Well, we got a lot of questions, and this show probably has very few answers. So let's dive into it. Oh, weird. Other thing, directed by, just so you know,
Mm-hmm.
Jon Favreau.
Oh, okay.
You know, the Iron Man's like bookkeeper, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't not a security guard. Not Jon Favreau.
That Jon Favreau. But he's like a guy, right? He's like, didn't he like direct a bunch of like Mandalorian?
Yeah, but that seems like something like, hey, we know you and you're good at stuff. Do you want to direct The Mandalorian? But like he was just like, yeah, I'll direct this show called Revolution on NBC. Seems
Mhm.
kind of weird. But so directed by him. It was called Pilot.
Of course.
So that's cool, I guess. But we're gonna watch that, and we'll be back after that. We're back from the first episode of Revolution.
Yeah.
I do it like it's been like an hour for us. It's been 7 seconds for everybody else. So I'm coming in. I'm coming in too hot. Do I have a write-up? Is a question that I forget to ask myself when Jimmy's gone.
Yeah. I'll just let you ask yourself the question and then read the write-up too.
All right, Josh. Do you have a write-up? Josh, I have an IMDb write-up.
Cool.
15 years after a global shutdown of all electricity, the Matheson family are hunted by an authoritarian regime known as the Monroe Militia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a quickie.
Yeah. So, I mean, in the pre-show, we talked a little bit about the concept is that it's a post-apocalyptic world where there's no power. In the cold open of the show, we get a little bit of the background of that, and it's just like this man comes home in a rush to his family, and he tells like his wife like it's happening, and she seems to know. She seems to be like, oh my god, it's really happening. And then he calls his brother, who's like out in South Carolina somewhere, I think, and like driving in a car with his buddy, and they're like talking about like picking up chicks or whatever.
As you do.
But yeah, he tells his brother, or he tries to explain to him that like everything's gonna shut down. Nothing's gonna work anymore. It's all gonna turn off. With just enough time to just say that before literally it does happen. And yeah, we see everything turn off. All of the power in the house goes out. The cars on the highway where his brother was driving, they all stop suddenly. And then the first guy, I forget his name now. What's the main guy's name?
What main guy? Charlie.
His
daughter?
No. The guy.
The dad?
The dad.
Ben.
Ben walks outside to like see, he's in Chicago, and all of the neighborhood's lights are going down, and then he also sees a bunch of planes tumble out of the sky, kind of just like leaves falling off a tree. Which I did do a little bit of Google research on that. And if a plane were to lose all of its power, including power to all of its engines,
yeah,
it essentially just turns into a big glider.
I mean, because like planes want to stay in the air. That's like the whole point, right?
And that's like there was a very like famous example of that they called like the Gimli glider. It was like a Canadian plane that like had lost power at like 40,000 feet, and then was able to the crew was able to like safely guide it down because they just glide it.
Right. Well, and it's not saying that all planes would be totally fine. Obviously, that can't be true.
If you're in some sort of maneuver or something, or in some sort of turbulence, I'm sure.
But there was just planes like they were falling down like there were apples from a tree, basically.
Yeah. It looked like they all just had like got stopped and then they just dropped.
Like, no forward momentum whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just fell right out of the sky.
I mean, and same with all the cars in the highway. Like they all just like slowed to a stop and not just like kept cruising, or like even some of those cars would potentially keep running because it's just like the power shut off, which
and that would have been 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So very few Teslas on the road.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was something I was trying to figure out with this whole all the power is off thing. Is like I've seen other sci-fi where again humans lose technology, but that means that there's no electricity, but there's also no the ability for like combustion is also gone, and so that turns off like engines and stuff.
Yeah.
But it seems like in this world they still do. It's just the electricity goes out.
Right. Well, because I wrote down like, why don't engines work?
Mm-hmm.
And why do guns still work?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like if you have guns, then like combustion engines should still work.
Right. Because it's essentially just a different version
mm-hmm.
of that.
Yeah.
And so it's weird that they don't have just like trains
Mm-hmm.
or something. Maybe they have trains. Maybe we haven't seen a train.
We haven't seen a train yet, but it seems like everybody's just like walking or taking horses.
Which would probably be the main transportation generally, even if you could make some type of car work. But,
yeah, I mean, because
but not every single car on that highway day
gasoline.
one.
Yeah,
would
gasoline's
like
gonna be scarce. But yeah, I definitely had some questions about how this whole power off thing worked. But I will say, just like a general overall thought, was very out on this show. Really, even before the show started, when we were talking about in the pre-show that like, if they don't explain how this thing works, I am out immediately.
Yeah, and they didn't.
And they did not. And so for the first part of it, I was just like, this is very dumb. Like, I can't, even just get with the premise of this. Like, why don't they, like, in this world where, okay, the electricity goes out, like, we would try to, enough people are around that we would be able to turn stuff back on, of just like,
There's enough people around, and there's enough smart people around.
and like, just like, there's enough generators and like hydroelectric power, like,
Well, even our dumbasses sitting here on the chairs watching TV,
yeah,
like, essentially we're able to describe and go like, this is how an engine works.
mm-hmm.
This is how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we might be able to, it's just like, I don't know, man. We could figure it out, right?
There's
In a
enough
community.
people
Yeah.
that like if just the power just went out, the world would figure it out. But whatever. It's 15 years. People have not figured it out. I forget where I was going with that. Oh, just that, like, I hated all of that, but whatever. Got over it. But then by the end, I think just the things that won me over, like Giancarlo Esposito,
That helps for you, for
helps
sure.
a lot.
You love a little Gus Fring anywhere.
Yeah,
you can
he's
get
Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and he's an antagonist in this.
Yeah.
And he's very cool. We'll talk more about him, but I'm just talking in generalities here. He's there, he's cool like that, and then at the very end, they hint at like there's some sort of underground stuff going on, and like there is a network of people who have turned on the power. They even have internet, like.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and so that to me kind of soothes over the like, what's going on? People would have figured this out. Like, yes, there are people who have figured it out, but they're keeping it secret because, that knowledge is power.
Reasons.
So, yeah, I'm very interested in like where that goes.
Okay. So what you're saying is you watch this episode and you're ready to roll into number 2?
Yeah, I hated it at the beginning, and then by the end, I was like, cool. Let's do this.
Let's go.
This only got 2 seasons.
It's only 42 episodes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. Interesting scenario. I mean, so one thing is like, so main character in the show is a girl named Charlie or Charlotte, but she goes by Charlie.
Uh-huh.
It's the daughter of the guy from the beginning, Ben,
Mm-hmm.
and his wife, Rachel. 15 years later, Ben's the only one around.
Mm-hmm.
He says that Rachel's dead.
Mm-hmm.
We never see her in the present day.
Yeah.
So obviously she's not dead, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And Charlotte's younger brother is
Danny.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
They cut to the future, and the Matheson family is like living in this like small community. It kind of looks like Little House on the Prairie times.
except with like in a cul-de-sac of big mansions.
Yeah. In the surrounding of, there is newer technology that's just kind of become obsolete. Like there's a part where a woman's like tending to a garden that's built into an old VW Bug.
Yeah, like the hood,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of fun.
Yeah. And it is kind of a weird, that was one of the weird things that like my brain made fun of at the beginning. It's just like, okay, so they've lost power for 15 years, but now they're all dressing like it's the 1800s again. Like, why Why did the clothing style change? Like,
Well, Charlie's dressed like some sort of like leather bound like sexy adventurer.
yeah, she's wearing like a freshly washed bright blue tee, with a like leather jacket and like leather pants.
Yeah.
She's like some sort of weird sci-fi babe, but then everyone else is a pilgrim.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically the whole thing gets kicked off. Now we're in present time after we saw the power go out. It's 15 years later. The Matheson family, it's Charlie, her dad Ben, her mom Rachel's nowhere to be found. Apparently she's dead, according to her dad. She's totally not, but like
yeah.
Dad's looks like he's hooking up with some lady named Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
That was her name. And then Giancarlo Esposito comes in. His character is named Tom Neville.
Mm-hmm.
He comes into town and is like, "I'm looking for Ben."
Yeah, he's got a whole like crew with him. They look like bad dudes.
Yeah, they all belong to the Monroe Militia,
Mm-hmm.
where we later find out that Ben's brother Miles,
Mm-hmm.
he was with a guy on the highway in his car. They were going back to like their military base because they were in the military of some form of military.
Yeah.
And the guy that Miles was with was Monroe.
Yeah. And that's like a later reveal in the episode.
Yeah, it's a
like,
later review, but
all of the guys in this militia have this like brand on their wrist.
Which is a tattoo that Monroe has on his forearm.
Yeah, it's this like M in a circle.
A lot less extreme than getting a brand on your wrist.
Yeah, yeah. Which I thought was a kind of a cool, like when that happened, I was like, oh, like
When the Monroe reveal.
yeah.
All right, yeah. Yeah. But so he comes to try to get Ben. Danny, the younger brother, I mean, he's like 19 or something, like, right?
Yeah, because he was like a toddler, I feel like, in the opening part. So
Yeah.
I would guess he's, around 18, 19, something like that.
I think when Giancarlo came to the lady's house later and said, "I'm looking for a boy," he's like 19 or something like that.
Okay,
I think that's what he said. But he's like, "I'm looking for Ben," and Ben's there, and he's like, "Ben, I want you because I want to find your brother because like Miles wants you both." Presumably because they think that these two know what's going on with the power.
Yeah.
I don't know why 15 years later. Why did they? But
yeah,
like,
they've been searching for him. He's just hiding out in plain sight. He's
Yeah.
just here in Chicago still.
just hanging out in Schaumburg, Illinois.
Yeah.
Not really doing anything. I guess they can't call him, so I mean it takes a little bit longer, but
I
they were all
guess.
pretty close. But so a little kerfuffle happens, and Ben gets shot by the militia people, which is like, you would think the guy would be like, no matter what,
do not kill him.
do not hurt this man.
Yeah.
Kill yourself
Yeah.
before you hurt this man.
Yeah. Even if you let him get away, like, we'll take someone hostage, like, but you do not hurt him. He stays alive.
Yeah. But it seems like they were like immediately like, "I'll just shoot that guy." Like,
yeah.
so Ben dies. Danny gets captured by Tom Neville, and then Charlie. Well, right before he dies, Bennett tells Charlie, like, "You need to go to Chicago to find my brother Miles. Tell him what happened. Tell him Monroe's after him." And that starts the journey. So we already know. Boom, we're 25 minutes in. We already know what this show is going to happen. The power's off and we have a journey.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So cool.
Putting the group together.
And then then it's Charlie leaves, the Maggie lady that was like, I guess sort of her stepmom in a way. And then this guy from the little community, his name was Aaron. He was kind of like the teacher, but he's kind of like, I don't know, like the out of shape, chubby nerd guy.
Yeah, he's just like nerd guy. In part of their like journey, he mentions that he used to work at Google, which is like not a thing anymore, and he somehow had like $80 million at the bank, but now he just like is just a dude who has no useful skills for the
Yeah,
post-apocalypse.
$80 million in the bank. See how crypto does?
Yeah.
It was all in NFTs.
Yep.
But they get to Chicago, they meet Miles.
Mm-hmm.
But on the way to Chicago, Charlie runs into this hunky bow wielding boy
Yeah.
named Nate.
Uh-huh.
And they just like run into each other, and she's like, And it's like, sorry, I'm gonna walk this way, I'm just getting water. And he just like walks away. And then she apparently never tells her group that she ran into somebody. Like, there's so many like red flags of traveling in a post-apocalyptic world. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't come home and be like, hey, hey roommate, hey whoever, like to people that I see every day. I'd be like, I ran into this dude in like the forest. It was weird.
Yeah.
Like, I would just like say, it's like they don't debrief.
I mean, they're living in a post-apocalyptic world where they're like, there's like no laws or anything, and like there's militias out there.
And there's somebody near you, obviously, because you're on foot,
Mm-hmm.
that like is potentially a threat, and she doesn't tell anybody.
Yeah. You just need to be A, trust no one, but then also B, you need to like, for the people you do trust, you need to give full information.
Right. It's kind of funny because obviously this show is already developing a couple things that if I'm going to overanalyze it, it's like you're making your own problems sometimes,
Yeah.
by like, why did a militia person shoot the guy they were looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Why did then after that did like Charlie not tell her group about this random dude?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. These are little things that obviously are like meant to essentially drive the plot to other things
Mm-hmm.
in a way, but it's just kind of like it could be smoother.
Yeah.
But
There's
it's
just
not
like,
that big of a deal, really. It really isn't that big of a deal.
not that big a deal, but you just got to have, I feel like you need to have at least one character who like is world wise to like everything that's going on. Like, you could make it that stepmom character and like have her be the one that's like, yo, like, we don't trust anyone. We got to like watch our backs. We got to cover our tracks when we're traveling. When we go to bed at night, we need to like keep someone like up watching to like make sure we don't get ambushed.
Right. Well, and it's not like, I mean, it's been like this for 15 years,
Mhm.
and it's presumably was way worse a little bit before, because in the chaos of everything turning off, you would assume
Yeah.
everything's like way worse
Mm-hmm.
for a while before people kind of like settle down and understand. Like a decade into this, communities are formed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, mildly frustrating, not that big of a deal in reality, but just kind of like sometimes it's just you go, who's proofreading some of these? Sometimes when you read
Yeah.
a script, who proofreads these? And then when they do, don't they go, why did this happen?
Yeah. How did they?
Why?
look this up?
How did this happen like this?
And even from just like a TV standpoint, it's useful to have, especially in these sci-fi worlds, it's useful to have a one person who knows what's going on and like is aware of things, because then that person like helps to explain stuff to the audience.
Exactly.
Like,
You have the dumb, like kind of naive girl, Charlie,
mm-hmm.
who has presumably just like only thing she knows is that little community she was in,
Yeah.
now traveling. But she
Mhm.
does have this like older lady, Maggie. She's not old by any means.
Yeah. It's like 36.
Probably,
like-
yeah. She's probably younger than I am currently. But like she's the like knowledgeable person of the
Uh-huh.
group who
Yeah.
like had poison whiskey
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, because they did get attacked when they were camping out. And she tells one of the attackers like, "Oh yeah, check in my bag." And then the attackers find some whiskey in there. They all just drink the whiskey without thinking. Again, because like, yo, like, you shouldn't just be trusting anybody, even people you're like, especially people you're like coming up on. But yeah, there happens to be poison whiskey, because she's aware that like there's a chance that she could be attacked.
right. And this is how I'm gonna get out of it.
Mhm.
So either way, they get to Chicago.
Mhm.
The group, they meet Miles, they figure it out, and he's like, he's like, whoa, we're family, like whatever. I'm not gonna go, like, what do you want me to do?
yeah,
help you like save your younger brother from this militia dude, Tom.
Mhm. He's leading a relatively quiet life. He's just like running a bar there. Like he's adjusted to post-apocalyptic life, and he's not trying to figure out what happened or like avenge his family or anything. He's living.
Yeah, he's just like, this is just literally how my life works right now.
Mhm.
Kind of long story short in that is that they get attacked by militia people.
Yep.
And then he's like, okay, we'll go try to find Danny.
Mhm.
And that's kind of the end, right?
Yes.
Oh.
We skipped Danny being able
Danny,
to break out.
which is kind of a bigger, well, not Danny himself, but who he runs into.
Yeah, because Danny's kidnapped, right? And then he's able to escape the momentarily escape the like militia's camp, and he comes up on a house. I don't remember the woman's name.
Grace.
And this woman Grace like brings him in and kind of just like helps him out a little bit, because Grace seems like she immediately didn't trust him, right? So like she can be kind of like the smart, like knowing person of this world.
Mm-hmm.
But she can see that he is, even though she doesn't know or trust this man, he is in some sort of danger because he's got like asthma, and she like gives him an inhaler.
Right, because although he's 19 and lived in a community, he did not
Yeah.
figure out how to like, because even the Maggie lady at the beginning, he had an asthma thing, and
Mhm.
she was like, drink this. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, now immediately ask her what's going on.
Yeah. Figure out your health.
Yeah.
Also,
hey, FYI, everybody, if there's something like direly wrong with you and it's going to keep going, like, ask questions to make it like not happen anymore.
Mhm.
If possible.
Yeah.
Come on. Stay safe. What I'm
Um,
saying. Stay safe.
but yeah, so she houses him for a little bit. Eventually the militia and Tom Neville catch up and, deduce that he's there. I forget, did they get him again, or did he escape?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They got him
No,
back.
they got him back.
Right?
So he got recaptured.
He got recaptured, but like nothing really happens to Grace, the woman.
No, she turned him in and they like left her go.
Yeah.
Let her go, and she stayed at her house.
Mm-hmm. So, but then at the end,
but he had the there's like a necklace from the very, very beginning
Mm-hmm.
that Ben downloaded something into a USB drive,
Mm-hmm.
and that USB drive clicked into the necklace to make it look like it was just like a big brooch necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny must have had that on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he left it there, or it dropped out, whatever. Grace has it after Danny got recaptured.
Yeah, Grace has it.
And now what you were saying.
So at the very end of the episode, she goes to this door on like the upper floor of her house and like unlocks like 15 locks and then goes up into her attic. And then in this attic, she's got like an old
Like a computer,
desktop.
like a computer you would have made when you were like, it was 1998-9 and
Yeah.
you were 15 and you were like learning how to do stuff.
Yeah, it's this old like desktop that is clearly like been pieced together from other parts. And she's able to turn it on. So like she has power. She turns on this computer and it opens up to this like.
Well, the reason why she can turn it on is because she like clicks something, like she clicks like the locket or something, like the necklace. She like turns the locket on or something,
Mhm.
and I don't know, that releases the hold of power or something
Yeah.
like that.
I wasn't sure if that was related or because that
I thought it had to be,
a
right?
USB thing like holding power to enough to power a computer and like a light like
It doesn't make sense. I guess it doesn't make sense in a way, because if she's on a computer, she clicked something with the thing and it turned on a light on.
The light
thing.
came on the thing, yeah.
But then she like got on the internet basically and like IM'd somebody.
yeah, so that's the thing, is like she's
And
able
it's
to
not
turn
like
on,
she turned on their power, right? Like,
yeah,
there's
exactly,
no way.
right? So like that's where that's
So who knows? But
yeah, that's why I was thinking like the power didn't come from the thing. But yeah, she's able to turn on this computer. And yeah, not only is it a computer with power, it has internet, because she's able to pull up this console, this like Matrix looking console. It's
just
just
like DOS.
yeah, where she's able to message someone we don't know on the other side. She's just saying like, hey, the militia was here. And like, what do we do next? So, but that's just like a cool like cliffhanger of just like, there's some other organization going on here that like they have power, they have internet.
Well, there's at least a group of people in the
Mhm.
know, right?
Mhm.
15 years later, there's a full group of people in the know.
Yeah. Kind of gives me some like Firefly vibes from Last of Us. Of just like this underground group that's like trying to bring society back.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Cut that lady's brain open and get the
Yeah.
get the source code. And yeah, that's the end of that. I mean,
Mhm.
I like it. It did a thing. It established at least what, like, hey, this is what we're gonna be doing for a little bit. We're gonna be traveling to try to find this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like now we got our uncle and we're gonna go like these four people, 5 maybe if you count like this Nate guy who's kind of around,
Yeah, Nate.
not like because he came back at some point and like saved Charlie, but like he
Mhm.
also potentially he's like at least was in the militia at some point,
Yeah, he's
And
got the brand too.
and the militia's obviously bad
Mm-hmm.
as far as people are concerned. So they're doing all that, and then this like seemingly like, oh, Danny's just dumb and got caught
Mm-hmm.
twice now. But he got wrapped up and just gave us a little bit of a tidbit of this person who now knows all of the answers that, because we saw Ben die, who was the
Mhm.
guy who knew all the answers we wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a new person
Yeah.
and goes, oh, so people do know.
Yeah. There are people out there.
So
who know.
we will be able to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think we'll ever know.
No, probably not. But yeah, by the end, I like it almost surprised me how like hooked I was by the end. I was like, oh yeah, like let's see. I want to know what's going on.
It was a good first.
It was a pretty good first. I mean, like and I don't even mean this in like a in a bad way, but like a lot of the setup was just kind of just classic like heroes story adventure setup. It's like, you know, whether your hero is Charlie or even Miles, the brother,
Right.
It's like, you know, someone close to you dies, you're ripped from like the community that you know, and now you have to go off on this adventure. You're kind of forced on it, but like there's, you know, competing factions each going on a journey because you got the militia working to try to find Miles, and then you've got Miles and Charlie and their crew trying to find, you know, more information about the power and stuff like that, and get Danny back. Like there's just a lot of stuff in motion that just kind of feels like it's just very basic stuff for how to like set up an adventure.
Yeah, none of it was like, I mean, if you really think about it, none of it was like insanely impressive by
No.
any means. But it was all just like, okay, you just laid out a clear story,
Mm-hmm.
a clear premise, at least for us to know what's
Yeah.
going on.
Clear premise, clear motivations.
And you had, this is a clever idea, at
Mhm.
least, of like what's happening in this world.
yeah.
And we know enough about it to now go, okay, I'm interested. Tell
Yeah.
me. And you presented it cleanly.
Yeah.
And we even said it wasn't perfect. Like we have questions that seem silly and why these things don't make sense.
Yeah.
You know, if we're going to overanalyze it, but the rest of it was just like clean enough that it was like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. It's simple in the setup, and that is good because it just gets you understand why these characters are doing the things, and you're just like, yeah, I get that. And then on the other end, there's enough mystery and intrigue and things, and like, what is this? Like, who was she talking to on the other side of the internet? How do they have internet?
Wasn't Ben, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
But was it? It could have been Rachel.
Could have been Oh my gosh, could have been Rachel.
I just thought about that.
Man.
It probably wasn't Rachel, but like, you know, she's not dead.
Yeah, she's not. But yeah, that's like all of that is interesting. And so while it's pretty basic in the setup, there's enough, you know, stuff that you haven't seen before that you're like, ooh, what's that?
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Not bad, but you know, it only ran for 2 seasons, and while
Something happened.
yeah, maybe it got bad, but also there's a lot of shows that are kind of like this that just didn't have the right audience at the time and got canceled.
Right. Yeah, you would think a show like this that had like a good story that doesn't want to overstay its welcome
Mm-hmm.
still isn't only 2 seasons long. It's usually 4 to 5
Mm-hmm.
potentially. I think 4 to 6 seasons in like some sort of like good drama adventure show
Mm-hmm.
is generally key.
Yeah.
If it goes like 9, unless it's if it goes too long, then it's overstaying its welcome, and it's like, God, just end it. You're just trying to serialize yourself now. If it goes too short like this for 2 seasons, you go, where did they lose? Where did they lose their like path? You know,
Mhm.
Rare occasions do epic shows last 15 whole seasons and are glorious and keep getting better and better the whole time.
Mhm.
I'm looking at you, Supernatural.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Should we predictions?
Yeah. I just need to click back over to mine.
I'll do mine really quick,
Yeah.
and then we can do yours. And then Jimmy submitted them electronically.
Oh yes, via the internet. Which we have.
I've seen them, and based on what we're doing, they'll be funny, I think. So mine are number 1. I don't think the power does not come back on for like everyone.
Okay.
Like the power is obviously on for a select few.
Yeah, it's already on for some.
But I
Mhm.
don't think it comes back for like the planet
Mhm.
as
Sure.
we know it.
Okay.
Number 2, I think Monroe, who is obviously kind of slated currently as seemingly like the militia big bad kind of guy.
Mhm.
I feel like he is a good guy in the end.
Tom, you said?
Monroe.
Monroe. Okay, sorry.
No,
Yeah, got it.
Giancarlo is a bad guy. Through
okay,
and through,
okay,
for
through
sure.
and through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we see Rachel. Rachel is here.
Uh-huh.
We go, oh, Rachel's here.
Yeah.
And then she dies in this episode.
Okay. Oh, she's back. Now she's dead.
She's back. She's dead.
Yep.
And then I think that Charlie.
Mhm.
I think that Charlie and man, I almost hate to say it because I feel like he's not even around anymore. But I
Nate?
feel like Charlie and Nate
Mhm.
are an item.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they're both young and hot. I see where they're going to that.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a award-winning combination right there.
Yeah. But it also means that maybe Nate dies, but we'll see. So yeah, I was asking about your good guy prediction because I have that Tom Neville is a good guy.
Oh, okay. No way. No way.
We'll see. I think he turns on the militia. I think Monroe turns the power back on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if he does that, in a way, he'd be a good guy in the end, right?
I guess so, but I think
Because why would a bad guy turn the? Well, I mean, because he wants tanks and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that he, gets in a position where he thinks that he can turn the power back on and be in position to be king of the world.
Hmm.
I think that we get a flashback to young Nate.
Okay.
To back in 2012.
When he's like a baby boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the flashback. And then I think I was trying to think of stuff that was in like peak technology in 2012 that we now in 2022 think of as like old technology, but like back then would have been like, this is like the pinnacle of technology, so that in the 15 years later in Revolution we kind of look back on it with
Was it like a
fondness.
GPS device that you hang on your dashboard? of your,
Kind of. I said that we see a BlackBerry.
Okay. Like a Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jimmy's predictions.
Jimmy
Jimmy threw in 4 predictions.
Yeah.
pretty normal,
Yeah.
which I hope don't work for this show. Jimmy's predictions are as follows: a wedding,
Okay.
a funeral,
Okay.
a birth,
Okay.
someone eats a taco.
All right. All of those are technically plausible.
They're all plausible. I
Yeah.
think a birth, if anything, might happen.
Okay.
But I don't think they're going to do. There's no wedding. This show is not ending in a wedding.
I was thinking funeral would be the most plausible of those.
Possibly. I don't think they'll have time for a funeral.
Hmm.
I think stuff will be crazy.
Hmm.
What is the last episode called? It's not called Pilot. That's for sure. Last episode of Revolution happened on May 21st, 2014, and it is called Declaration. You got it, of Independence.
My favorite declaration.
Yeah, let's see how this country declares its independence. So we're going to watch that, and we'll be back after it is over. And we're back. We're done with the finale of Revolution. It was called Declaration of Independence. Joe, did you love it?
I mean, it had some things I was interested in.
It had some interesting things.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I got a little write-up. In the series finale, it was written, by the way, this is on IMDb, written by Anonymous. So thank you, Hacker Group, for taking the time. In the series finale, the stakes are higher than ever as the Patriots prepare for war. Miles, Charlie, and Monroe launch an attack on the Patriots, but must improvise a risky new plan in order to halt the oncoming war between California and Texas. Out for revenge, Neville sets his sights on President Davis. Meanwhile, Aaron and Rachel's efforts to save Priscilla from the nanotech have unexpected consequences.
Dum bum bum.
Da-dum. So that's that. So it seems like the Patriots, led by some old white man,
Yeah.
who was calling himself president,
Mm-hmm.
they seemed like they were the non-desirable elected officials of the America.
Sure.
And then because they were saying like the Patriots versus like Texas. Did you catch that? Or what did you gather from what was going on? At least in like the Civil War establishment of government or something.
It was I'm sighing a lot because I feel like it was tough to tell without context like who's on what side necessarily. Like what we saw was there was some sort of like in this like courthouse or something publicly there was like some sort of peace agreement between like the leader of Texas and the president of the United States, or the guy who is calling himself the president of the United States. And even at this point, I don't really know what is the United States at this point, because it seems like it's a bunch of mixed up territories.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine a United States of America with like electricity and being able to be like initially connected like that.
Yeah, so there was this hall with like American flags and Texas flags, and these two guys saying like there's an agreement between Texas and the United States, and God bless Texas and God bless the United States.
Correct.
But behind those scenes, there's like the army looking guys that were like locking the doors to this hall, and there was like they were getting ready to like set off some gas, and like those guys were tied to the president, right? So I think what I'm piecing together there was that like while they were like claiming that there was going to be this peace, but it was really just like an ambush, that they were going to kill all of the like Texan leaders. That's kind of what I deduced, but I don't even know if that's right at all.
I mean, they were like locking all the doors, and it looks like they were about to pump death gas into the room.
There's definitely like death gas going into this room, but I don't necessarily know what the political plot there was. But I think it was that
Well, I
They're
mean, I
playing-
think the political plot was like white man don't like brown man.
Yeah, yeah. They were gonna play nice, but they were just gonna like, take out their leaders there and then just hostile takeover of Texas.
Yeah.
I guess.
'Cause everything it always has to start in Texas.
Yeah, yeah. Which I guess in like connecting right into that, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the plot. But if we follow this thread, our heroes, which is like Miles and Charlotte and Monroe is with them, I think at this point too.
Monroe is with them. Tom is with Monroe at least.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Neville. Rachel's there. Charlie's mom
Yeah.
is there. Aaron
Well-
is there. They were to like Charlotte was with them.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, Rachel was with them
Oh, but just in a separate part of it.
in a separate part. At the very, very beginning of the episode, it was like Aaron, the nerd guy,
Yeah.
and Rachel, Charlie's mom,
Mhm.
in this room with this lady named Priscilla,
Yeah.
who seems like was married to Aaron before the lights turned off,
They definitely have a relationship. Yeah.
but she was like infected with nano machines
Yes.
that looked like fireflies.
They look like fireflies. And like we meet them like mid conflict. And Priscilla is like,
She's like controlling the electricity.
she's like controlling the electricity, but she's also like, she's like beating the shit out of Rachel and Aaron.
Yeah.
But like they're treating her as if she's like not in control of her own body.
Yeah.
And you can see, or we're shown that like Priscilla in her mind is like talking to her children, and she's like clearly not like conscious, I guess.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's like these like nanobots or something that are like little fireflies that can control electricity and can also like take over humans, if not take them over, like at least like create some sort of illusion for them and suggest things for them.
Yeah. Well, because it like later, they didn't come up very much in this episode,
Mhm.
and presumably hopefully they were in it for a little bit more, but that seemed like the nanomachine thing was, if there was a season 3, this is where it was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like that was the big thing for season 3,
Yeah.
which never happened.
Yeah.
But it after it left Priscilla or whatever, it went to some of the other people that seemed like they were bad guys in the show,
Mm-hmm.
like that ex-president guy.
Yeah. This is at the very end of the
At the very end, but it like, well, it went to Tom too, Tom Neville.
Mm-hmm.
Like it appeared to the president guy, Tom Neville, maybe somebody else, but I don't remember.
A few other people.
But it presented to them as like, it looked like dead people that they
knew.
loved.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And we're like, you need to go to Bradbury, Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
right? Idaho, because things will happen.
Yeah.
And then the very end was like a whole town of Bradbury, Idaho, the wasteland, as
Mhm.
it said. Like the town lit up.
Yeah. The power is coming to, and then there's a bunch of people walking towards the town, like kind of zombie like.
Yeah. So that's just like in my mind, it was a side plot because it seemed it wasn't that big, at least for
Mhm.
this episode. But yeah, interesting.
But yeah, so there's something going on with nanobots taking over this woman, and it seems like the nanobots are some sort of evil entity, and it looked like it was leading into season 3 that there's going to be some sort of nanobot war or something.
Yeah, the great nanobot war
Mhm.
of 2017.
Yeah. But then it seems like the finale of season 2 here dealt more with this president of the United States, who again looked like he was plotting to take out all the leaders of Texas. Our heroes foil that plot.
Gonna consolidate power under himself.
Yeah. Our heroes foil the plot for the gassing, because they're able to break in and just like tell everybody to like get out of the building. But then one of the president's generals, like after this plot fails, one of the president's generals like shoots a bunch of the high ups, including like the president of Texas, but also some of their own guys.
Yeah.
And then also shoots himself in the arm, because he says this is Plan B, and what Plan B is, like, the next day the president has a press conference saying that our heroes, Charlotte and them, saying that they were terrorists and they attacked this like peace treaty thing, and it's a good thing we like made it out okay, but like we now, like, as a United States, Texas nation or whatever, declare war on California.
Right.
'Cause I guess California is like a separate entity now.
Yeah, I mean, they're all bad over there.
Yeah.
Always been bad.
Coastal California. So that's he declares war in California. The heroes are able to kidnap the president, but then he somehow gets loose. I forget how he gets loose, but then Monroe is able to get him back.
Yeah. People always in the show seem to escape and then get recaptured right away.
They get him back, and then they, do kind of a thing where they get the bad guy to confess to his entire evil, diabolical plan. And there's like sheriffs or something like waiting in the next room, and,
right.
and they hear all of it and realize that the president of the United States is evil, and
it's the best they can do because they can't wiretap. So
yeah,
they're just like, put your ears
there's no electricity, so just
put
in
your
the next
ears
room.
against this wall.
Yeah. So that ties up what I feel like it was probably the central plot of like the season 2, of just this like evil president guy, and the political machinations around that. He's caught. People finally get that he's evil, and he's taken away. And then all of this stuff with the nanobots is like, cliffhanger on the end of this episode. That seems like it was supposed to be for season 3.
Right. And I read that the show was picked up for season 1, and then when it was on, they picked it up for season 2. So it wasn't like it was, inherently it was canceled, in a way, but it wasn't like picked up for season 2 and 3, and then they just said, nope, for season 2, or for season 3.
Yeah.
So they just never got re-picked up for season 3. So the nanomachine portion is, I guess, a cliffhanger. I did read that this ended in 2014, that in 2015 there was like a 4-part comic book series or something like that wrapped up the storyline to the show, which is interesting.
Yeah. Did you read any of that at all?
No.
Okay.
No. I'd be interested in seeing this show and then reading that. They did stuff like that for like when like Buffy ended. Buffy was like 9 seasons, but Buffy continued in like comic book form for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so did like, I think there was X-Files comic books for a little bit too. And so some of these like kind of like big fan favorite shows, I'm not really including Revolution in this, but like they do it in some of these types of shows that they continue it. Firefly, I think, had some comic book to it as well afterwards. So something like, but those were more like seasons of comic books. Like season 10 of Buffy is a comic.
Yeah.
But so like of something like, oh, this show was gonna go to season 3 maybe, or they had plans for it, but they got a 4-part comic book out to do it. It's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It does also seem to me, all speculation of course, seems like season 1 was kind of like getting the ball rolling. They were talking about electricity a little bit, and like with the Grace thing at the beginning of her like online DOS IMing people, seemed pretty interesting. And then this last part was super like political and like control of the United States and stuff, with at least a little bit of nano tech, that I'm wondering whether or not this show kind of lost its initial interest of like what happened with the electricity.
Yeah,
focus
they kind of
like focused on the problem, and it lost
Mm-hmm.
that a little bit. And then it just kind of maybe gained some like, oh, we'll do a nano thing and we'll try to describe it, but maybe there just wasn't enough of that. And it was just kind of like, if you don't continue with like, I guess your main interest, then you're gonna lose some people,
Yeah,
and they might have lost too many.
maybe. Or they could have like resolved some of that, and we didn't
Yeah.
see it in the middle.
But I mean, they didn't. I mean, in my mind, they didn't resolve. They didn't resolve it because the power was still off.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
because if they would have fixed whatever, like, kept the power off, there would have been some power.
Mm-hmm.
But everywhere there was like normal people and doing stuff, there was still just fire and not electricity. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What else did I write? I mean, that's kind of it. Yeah, it seems like everybody from the first episode was basically on the same side, at least for the most part in this thing.
Yeah.
That was still around.
Yeah, everybody who was on all different sides at the beginning.
Are all on the same side now.
Yeah, they're all together now.
Yeah. Neither one of them necessarily. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily consider the actions of like either side of these groups to be very like good guy
Mm-hmm.
per se, but I mean, you're watching something like this. It's post-apocalyptic. Everything's a little dirty, so no one's really clean on either side per se. But like, I guess the good guys would be wherever Charlie is. I guess that's the good guys.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm. the people we meet in the beginning, the Mathesons.
Yeah.
Anybody tagging onto them, it's good guys.
It would be about the person. Could that be one? That'd be one ballsy show to be like, remember that like nice little gal from the first episode?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking evil now.
Yeah, especially if there's an old white guy in a suit, he's probably gonna be a bad guy. Especially if it's in like a post-apocalyptic world where most people are now wearing like just like rugged steampunk clothes. If there's a guy in a suit, probably a bad guy.
Man, I in general, I've worked at a bank. I've worked at a healthcare company.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked at pretty evil things,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't like dressing up. I don't like putting on suits or like especially not on my day to day
Mhm.
or anything. That's just never been my jam. Maybe it's just because when you see a white dude in a suit, he's probably being bad.
Yeah, he's probably taking money from somebody.
Yeah, there's probably something evil.
Yeah.
There's just something about being like, what's your work get up? And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I put on a suit
Uh-oh.
and a tie.
Oh boy. Stop right there.
And then I stomp on you with my boot.
Yeah.
Something about it. It's not an everyone thing, but
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be a me thing, I guess. As well.
It's definitely coded into sci-fi TV shows
Yeah,
at least.
exactly. Like if you're watching a sci-fi TV show and a white guy walks in a suit,
Yeah.
you're like, you're
That
bad.
guy's bad news. Yep. It's like if you're wearing a red shirt, that guy's gonna die. If you're wearing a suit, and you're old and white, yeah, that guy's evil. That guy's gonna turn out to be a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, and if you're like Japanese and you walk in with a suit, you're like, you might be Yakuza,
Yeah.
but also you're probably fucking cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. The mysterious origins, at least.
I definitely want to see what you're gonna do. I'm interested.
Yeah.
You've piqued my interest. So Joe, from what you've seen,
Mm-hmm.
would you see more?
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely from the pilot we've already talked about that I was intrigued, as like a good pilot should. From what we saw in the finale, I'm interested in how the world built out.
Yeah.
Of just like in the first episode, it's just enough to show you this is the world. People are just trying to figure stuff out, and it's dangerous out there, and like that's just pretty much all you get. And then, but like when you think about it more, like of course it makes sense that the world governments haven't completely crumbled. There's still some.
Someone's always vying for power, right?
Exactly, right? Especially in like a vacuum like that there's people who have seized the power and are using it for, you know, maybe nefarious means, but maybe just like means that are, it might just be a matter of perspective. Like for presented this president of the United States as evil because he's against our good guys and because he was apparently going to gas a bunch of people.
Wait, are you telling me that I only think he's evil because he was going to gas a bunch of people in like a church? There was a bunch of kids singing.
Yeah, they were singing My Country 'Tis of Thee. I forgot about the children.
There was like 20 children.
I kept laughing every time they cut to the child choir because I kept watching this one kid who like could not stop looking at the camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And every time they cut back to the choir, this kid's just like he like would be facing forward and then just like stare at the camera.
Someone was probably like, look at me. Look at me.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, but that camera's over there.
I'm not in favor of killing children, let's say. But they're, you know, man, how do I get out of the sentence now?
No real person is like, if there's a child singing in a choir, no one's like, I'm in favor of killing these kids.
Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is they're probably, knowing this type of show with it being sci-fi, there probably was some sort of like political motivation that in a certain light could be seen as like, oh yeah, this guy was doing the right thing for America or for peace to like try to keep, you know, the country together or something.
The best villains in fiction are generally defined as someone as being able to kind of like prove to themselves and you that they're trying to do it for what they believe is good.
Exactly. Yeah. Which like those types of things like interest me. Like I keep going back to The Last of Us, which is a PlayStation game, which is post-apocalyptic. It's 2 games. The first one was widely heralded and, you know, kind of reminds me of the pilot of this show. And then the second game kind of reminds me of the finale of this show where it does open up the world a little bit more and you do see like, oh, there are other groups out there. Like it's not just the, you know, authoritarian government that we see in the first game and the rebels. There's also other rebel groups that have different perspectives of like how you should go about setting up your society and how you should go about you know, moving forward. That's very interesting to me.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, any good narrative fiction, like especially like this, when it has like a good versus evil, it's not any is obviously not true, but like a version of a very like good one is where you have good, you have bad, and then along the lines, at least, like those lines get muddy, and you still are like, but Charlie in this, like, you know, but like Charlie's people, you know, but they're like, but not all of these people are good, not even her. She was doing something. I mean, she just killed presumably bad guys, but like we would know more about these people having watched probably all of season 2. And be like, but that dude was just probably like just a dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like in most of my like favorite fiction and a lot of recent 2010s fiction is like, turns out everything's just gray.
Yeah.
There are no real good guys, bad guys. The bad guys have their motivations and your good guys do some nasty things too. So it's all, you know, different sides of the same coin.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you know what's good and what's bad, then, I mean, essentially, besides just watching a TV show or reading a book where the bad guys win or the good guys win, you know, at the end, when the good guys win, presumably you go, was it worth it? Like, did they do it? Like, do I agree with them in the end? Even like, sometimes when the good guys win, and you're like, wait a minute, did they?
Yeah, what does that winning
What does that?
even
What
mean?
does that mean? Was it worth it?
Yeah.
What was the opportunity cost there? I guess of what they did. You know, hopefully in real life it's more clear cut. Good guys just win, and it's good stuff. And then in your fiction, you can like debate these moral questions and deal with it. And if they make you think about it and you know, like debate on whether or not what you saw was like, I don't know if I even feel good about what I just watched in a little bit of a light at least, but you're like, yeah, that's good. It's good writing.
Yep. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with Revolution. You know, from my introduction to it of just like seeing the previews, I thought it looked dumb. Like, especially just based on, you know, getting hung up on like, what scenario could this possibly be where there's just no power?
Still doesn't technically yet
still
make
doesn't
sense.
really make sense. But now we've opened up the world to like, there's like nanobots, and somehow like they're like evil nanobots. So like, okay, like,
what does that mean?
Yeah, what is that even? So it's almost fantastical. Like, there's a little bit of like fantasy element to this now too.
We were also we not only infected with nanobots, but also infected with the J.J. Abrams virus.
Yeah,
you know,
smoke monster out here.
Was there time travel in this show at some point? They didn't get to it. 2 seasons is too early for time travel.
Too early, yeah.
Season 3 with full on nanobots. We're traveling through time.
Yeah, given enough time, we're going back. So yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm at least I'm, or not at least, but I think I'm even more intrigued to know that there's 2 seasons and a comic book.
Yeah, that's fun, right?
That's a fun switch over.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a bunch. So I was writing point stuff down to start getting into predictions. Yeah, I could watch this show. I could turn it on my laptop and put it on the desk while I'm playing some Stardew Valley. You know, I don't know if it deserves my full undivided attention, but I don't know if it needs it, you know?
Yeah, probably not.
No. Kind of a good fun story that when things heat up, you can start paying attention, and if not, like, as long as you're sitting around it, I think it's good. 42 episodes, only 40 left for us.
Yeah,
that's not too much time.
Not too bad.
It's a weekend if you didn't do anything else. And some people do that.
Winter is coming.
And how? Predictions?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I don't think very good. Well, let's see. I had Tom Neville as a good guy.
I think we're gonna have to we're gonna have to just go with he was with what we would identify as the good guys,
as the heroes. Yeah.
So we're gonna say at the moment yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes.
Okay. Tom Neville is a good guy. That's one, and then I had Monroe turns the power back on, which no. There's still no power. I had a flashback to young Nate. I
mean, I think we saw dead Nate.
We saw dead Nate.
We saw dead Nano Nate, I guess.
Dead Nano Nate, which, I should note that I was reading through. Hey.
What's a cat doing?
Hey. Ah.
What's she doing?
Like biting on a cord.
No, she's still doing it?
No.
Okay. She's bad.
I was trying to be inconspicuous about it, but then she's really chomping.
Yeah, she's really chomping. I think it's 11. It's late at night, and I think she wants attention. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll wrap it up.
We'll be done soon.
What was it? Oh, flashback to young Nate. I was reading. I just went to the IMDb to figure out characters' names. But the actor who played Nate was listed as Jason Neville, and then I was like, oh, I think I spoiled this for myself. So he's Tom Neville's son.
I just assumed that because when the white suit wearing evil president man.
Mhm.
He was like talking to somebody who was dead, and the dead like it was like somebody who wasn't there.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was obviously a nano thing, and he was like, "Son," or whatever.
Mhm,
You're like, "You're
mhm,
dead,
yeah.
son."
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then it was like right after that, it was Tom Neville talking to Nate, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, Nate must be
Must be
dead,
his
and
kid,
he
yeah.
must be his son."
Yep. So that was it.
Yeah.
So we must learn that. I bet we learned that like season 1.
Yeah, probably.
And then my last one was a BlackBerry reference, and we didn't see a
No.
BlackBerry or anything.
So 1.
1.
I think I did a little bit better than you. My first one is the power doesn't come back
True.
to the people. You know, it's obviously on in Bradbury, Idaho, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I specified that I meant like the United States or the people as a whole, and it did not. I think Monroe is a good guy.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
If we're doing Tom Neville, stuff, he is also with the good guys currently. I thought Charlie and Nate are together.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to be together with a corpse, Charlie. So maybe they smooched at some point, but he's dead. So dead or gone, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He might have been a nano machine the whole time. Who knows? But so no to that. And then I thought Rachel is here, which is correct. But then she dies in this episode. And she did not do that.
She did not. She's fine.
She's fine. So I'm going to take 2 points, though. And then, even though he's not here, he's just got to send in some stuff. So Jimmy's were wedding. No. Funeral. No.
Mm-mm.
Birth.
Mm-mm.
No. And someone eats a taco. No. 0, Jimmy.
0.
That's what you get. So, here we go. That is that. And listeners, that's going to do it for this week and this season
Yeah.
of First and Last. Like we said at the top, next week's either going to be the First and Lasties, or it's going to technically be season 11, episode 1, starting in Spooky Month.
Yeah. The jump scare.
Yeah. So we might jump scare you, or we might trophy award you.
Yeah.
Trophy show. Award show. How do you say it? We don't know yet. We'll figure it out. You'll know when it's posted.
Mm-hmm.
So there. Deal with it.
Listen to it either way.
Yeah. Just listen to it. If you want to get a hold of us and tell us what spooky shows we should listen to, what you might think about Revolution, or what you think is the best show or worst show that we watched all season long in season 10, you can get to us at F&L Podcast on the Gmail or on the Twitter. But that's going to do it for this week. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.